If you are still uploading your private PDF files to some random website just to compress them, or if you absolutely hate typing out this incredibly long command just to keep your system updated, then you are missing out on the best part of Linux. You don't need bloated GUI apps, and you definitely don't need shady websites. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use your Linux PC like a seasoned pro. We'll cover how to compress media instantly, turn painful commands into single-word shortcuts, and handle your daily tasks with simple scripts. Let's get started. First, let's start with some basic commands. Here, I have some files inside my demo folder. If you right-click on the folder and select Open in Terminal, it opens the terminal in this folder. You probably already know this. If you type ls and hit enter, the terminal shows the list of all the files and folders. But the ls command only shows the file names with no extra details. So if you want to know a bit more details like the file size and the modification date, instead of just ls, use ls space -lh. This command shows the list with more details, like the file size and the date. The list command shows the files and folders. But if you want to see the list of your subfolders too, without going inside that folder, you can simply use the tree command. Tree shows the list of your current folder and also the content inside the folders in your current directory. But remember, you will probably see a command not found error. So just install it first, type your installation command, like sudo pacman-stree to install it. Now, if I go to this folder here and show you my current path using the pwd command, you can see that I am currently at this location. Now, for some reason, if you want to open a file manager inside the folder you are currently in, you can do that easily. Run xdg-open space dot. This will open your default file explorer in that folder. The dot simply means right here. With this command, you can open almost any kind of file in its appropriate software. Now, I will go back to my previous folder and let me show you how we can open this image file right here. So I have copied the file name. Now just run the same xdg open command again and replace the dot with the file name you want to open. So now it will open up our image. Next, we will see how to search for files using the terminal. For this demo, I am inside this Hatter folder, which is a GNOME theme folder. It contains thousands of different files and icons inside. So let's say we need to look for a Google Chrome icon file, which this theme should probably have. Finding it by clicking through folders manually will take a lot of time. For this, we need to use the find command. Type find space dot space dash name and then the name of the file you want to search inside double quotes. By the way, you can use single quotes too. Both work perfectly fine. Now hit enter. As you can see, it didn't show anything. This happens because the find command looks for the exact file name. Inside our folder, there is no file named exactly Chrome. It might have a file name ending with .png or .svg, which is why the terminal is empty. When you only know the starting name of the file, just add a star symbol at the end. This tells the terminal to show all files that start with Chrome. Now, it shows many files containing the word Chrome. Here is the chrome-browser.svg file that I was looking for. Let me show you this using the xdg-open command. See how easily we found our Chrome icon by using just the terminal. Next, I will show you some other options for the find command to get even better search results. This time, I will search for VS Code. The terminal shows two files that contain the word VS Code in the name. If I run the same command again and make the letter C capital, it does not give us any output. So when you are not sure about capital or small letters, replace the -name flag with -i name. This will ignore case sensitivity and show you the files anyway. What if you do not know the exact starting name and the file has other characters in the middle? Use the -i name command, and inside the quotes, add a star symbol at the start, the middle, and the end of the name. Now if I press enter, see? It shows even more files in the output, like vs-code and vs_code. Using the find command this way only searches for files inside your current folder. If you want to search through your entire system, we have to change one thing. I am currently inside this header folder. I have some files outside this folder, back inside the demo folder. If I search for this file named coolboy, normally it won't show anything in the output. To fix this, just add a slash right after the find command. The slash means start the searching from the system root, which is the very beginning of your drive. Pressing enter, it shows us the output we are looking for. Remember to stop the process when you see your file. Otherwise, it might keep searching for a very long time because your system is huge. Just press Ctrl+C in the terminal to stop the command completely. As you can see, the search gives us some permission-denied errors. This happens because the terminal is trying to search inside private system folders. If you want to get a completely clean search result, we can add a small trick at the end. Just type 2, >dev/null at the very end of your command. Running this gives us a perfectly clean output. It hides all the errors and only shows the file you want. You don't have to worry about memorizing this long command right now, because most of the time, you will just be searching inside your own folders anyway. If you often forget commands or the exact syntax, I will show you a cool trick to get them right back. If you simply want to see which commands you used previously, you can run the history command to get a full list of your past commands. But what if you ran a command a few days ago and only remember a few words? For example, you know you used the find command, but you forgot the full syntax. You just have to press Ctrl+R and then type the keyword you remember. Since we know we used the find command, we type it in right here. Keep pressing the Ctrl+R shortcut to cycle through your past commands until you see the exact same command line you are looking for. Once you find it, just hit enter to run it again instantly. We discussed the find command previously, but if you want to look for specific text inside a file, find won't help you there. It only searches for file names. To show you what I mean, we have some text files here, and one of them contains the name John Doe. Checking each file manually by opening them one by one will take a lot of time. To search inside text files, we use the grep command. Keep in mind that text file does not strictly mean a .txt file. It means any kind of plain text file, like a .html web page, a .py Python script, or a .json data file. To start, type grep --r and then the text you want to search inside quotation marks. The -r flag means recursive. It tells the terminal to search all files inside your current folder and its subfolders. Pressing enter. As you can see, it did not give us any output. This happens because using only the -r flag makes the search case sensitive. To fix this, just add the letter I right after the -r flag. This tells the command to ignore capital and small letters. Look at that! It gives us the output instantly, showing that the name John Doe is located inside the file 10.txt. The grep command also offers other useful options. For instance, if you do not want it to print the actual sentences in the terminal and just want the file names, you can add the L flag. This cleans up the screen by only showing you the files that contain your keyword. You can also add the N flag. If your file has hundreds of lines, this flag will show you the exact line number where your text is located. If you want to read the full text file directly inside the terminal, you can use the cat command. This prints the entire file on your screen instantly. Just like the find command, running grep this way only searches inside your current folder. If you ever need to search through your entire system, just add a / and our permission-denied trick, 2 greater than /dev/null at the end of the command. This will safely scan your entire drive and give you a perfectly clean output. Let's talk about file compression. You might wonder why this is so important, but imagine you have hundreds of images and videos that you want to store on your hard drive or in the cloud. What if you could shrink all of those files to half their original size without compromising the quality? Take a look at these 2 images side by side. Can your eyes tell the difference? Probably not, but look at their file sizes. The difference is massive. First, we will start with image compression. Here, I have a few images inside this folder. Let's see how we can compress this specific image right here. Currently, it is taking up 3.2 megabytes of space. To get started, you need to open the terminal inside this same folder. I have mine open right here. For image compression, we are going to use a tool called ImageMagick. It's a classic command line tool made for editing and converting images. In fact, a lot of regular apps with buttons and menus just use this tool behind the scenes. Before using it, make sure to install it first using your specific distribution's package manager. Once it's installed, type magic, then the name of the file you want to compress. This is the image we want to compress right here. If you type just the first few letters of the file name and hit the Tab key, the terminal will auto-complete the rest for you. It's a massive time saver. Next, add dash quality, followed by the quality number. This value goes from 1 to 100. And then, type the name of your output file. Setting quality in between 75 to 85 is usually best for a balance between size and image quality. Hit enter, and the command finishes almost instantly. Our image has been compressed. Now, let me show you the new size. This is 683 kilobytes. And if you remember, previously it was 3.2 megabytes, which is a huge difference. ImageMagick is not just for compression. You can also use a few other useful flags with this command. For instance, you can resize your images, like turning your 4K image into 2K. Here, I am running the same command again, and I have added the resize flag, setting the value to 50% to cut the image size in half. I also need to give it a slightly different name, and here it is. Our new image has its spatial resolution reduced by exactly half, meaning its pixel dimensions for both width and height have been scaled down by 50%. This drastically drops the total pixel count and shrinks the file size even further. Now, if you have hundreds or thousands of images, you obviously can't run this command for every single file manually. Don't worry, I'll show you exactly how to handle that in a second. But for now, let's jump into video compression. Here is the video I want to compress. Right now, it's around 40 megabytes. Let's open up the terminal in the same folder. This time, we are going to use a tool called FFmpeg. It's a powerful, low-level tool for video manipulation. In fact, most of the media software you already use, like VLC, OBS, or Handbrake, runs FFmpeg in the background. So go ahead and install it if you don't have it on your system yet. To start compressing, type FFmpeg. First, use -I for your input file, followed by the file name. To handle the actual encoding, add -V codec and set it to libx264. This tells the utility to use the standard H.264 video format, balancing quality and size. After that, include the -CRF flag and set it to 24, which controls the compression level. The scale usually ranges from 0 to 51, where lower numbers mean better quality and higher numbers mean smaller files. You don't need to stress over the exact details of these technical terms right now. Just think of them as the optimal settings to get a clean, lightweight file. Finally, type the name you want for your new output file and hit enter. Once you hit enter, the process begins. The total processing time heavily depends on your computer specs and the length of your clip. In my system, the file took about 42 seconds to complete. Let's check out the results. Look at the new file size. It dropped our 40 megabyte video down to just 15 megabytes. To see if we lost any quality, I am going to play both clips side by side. As you can see, they look practically identical. The colors, sharpness, and motion are all preserved, but we saved a massive amount of storage space. FFmpeg can do a lot more than just compression, though. For example, I have a video file right here, and I want to convert it into a pure audio track. To extract the audio, we simply type FFmpeg-I, followed by the name of the video file and then the name of the output file. Just make sure your final output name ends with an audio extension, like .mp3 or .wav. See how easily we converted our video into audio? It takes less than a second, and you don't even need to open a heavy video editing program just to strip out the soundtrack. Moving on to documents, compression is incredibly useful when uploading PDFs to websites that enforce strict size limits. When this happens, many people immediately look for online PDF compressors. Honestly, that is a terrible idea, especially if you are uploading private or sensitive files to random servers. Instead, we can do this securely right on our machine using a tool called GhostScript. Most Linux distros actually have this pre-installed. To check if it's available on your PC, simply run GhostScript -version in your terminal. If a version number pops up, you are good to go. To compress your PDF, we use the PS2PDF command, which is a built-in shortcut for GhostScript. Type PS2PDF followed by a space, and then -dpdf settings equals. Pay close attention to the casing here because it's case sensitive. It starts with a lowercase d, followed immediately by uppercase PDF settings in all caps. Right after the equals sign, add a / and your chosen quality profile. You have a few options depending on your needs. Using /screen gives you the smallest file size, which is perfect for viewing on digital displays. If you want a slightly sharper image for reading, you can type /ebook. For standard web uploads, /screen is usually the best choice. After choosing your profile, just type the original file name, followed by the new output file name, and press enter. If you hit enter and notice a warning about failing to initialize a downsample filter, don't worry. This usually happens if the tool hits a minor issue with a specific black and white image or scanned page inside the document. The great thing is that it doesn't halt the process. The utility simply skips that single problematic element and successfully compresses the rest of the entire file anyway. As you can see, our PDF size dropped significantly despite the warning. Beyond basic compression, it handles tasks like converting PDF pages into individual images, merging multiple documents into a single file, or even adding and removing passwords. Let's talk about the smart way to use AI to speed up your workflow. Suppose you have an entire folder full of images that need compression. We already know the command to compress a single image, but manually typing that out for dozens of photos is a massive waste of time. Instead of asking AI to write something completely from scratch, I'm going to copy our exact working magic command and paste it into the chatbot. By giving the AI a command that already works perfectly on our system, we guarantee it won't give us random broken code that doesn't run. Here, I am asking the chatbot to take this specific command and automate it so it runs across every single image in my directory. To keep things organized, I am also instructing it to output all the compressed versions into a brand new, separate folder. Finally, I specify that I am using Linux, which stops the AI from wasting our time with irrelevant Windows or Mac commands. Your exact output will depend on the specific chatbot you use, though tools like Gemini, Claude, and ChatGPT generally deliver the most reliable results. In this case, the AI provided two different options. The first script automatically converts every image into a JPEG, while the second option preserves the original file formats during compression. I am going with the first one since JPEG offers much better compression efficiency for our storage needs. Now, you just have to copy the command, paste it into your terminal. While AI makes this incredibly easy, you should always have a basic understanding of what the code is actually doing. For instance, notice how this specific script explicitly lists JPEG and PNG extensions. It targets only those formats, which works perfectly here because those are the exact files in our folder. If you have WebP or GIF images, you would just add them to that list inside the command. Let's hit enter and see it in action. See, it took just 5 seconds to complete the process. It compressed every image in that folder and also moved them into a new folder. Here's another great example of getting help from an AI chatbot. We already have this long, annoying command for compressing PDFs. I am politely asking the AI if we can turn this massive string into a simple shortcut, like compress PDF. I also specify that I don't want to manually type out a new output name every time. The script should automatically take the original file name and add compressed to the end of it. The chatbot shows the exact steps to achieve this. You might notice my chatbot is giving a very short, concise response because I have tweaked my settings that way, but yours will probably give you a bit more detail. All we have to do is put this generated code into our .bashrc file. Bash is the default shell for almost every Linux distro, but if you use a different one, like ZSH, you will use that configuration file instead. The instructions say to put this in ~/.bashrc. That tilde and slash simply means your home directory, the main folder where your documents, downloads, and pictures are located. Now, we just have to put that code into the .bashrc file. You can easily open it in a standard text editor and paste it there, but we are going to do it the terminal way. Type nano-/.bashrc and hit enter. Scroll all the way down to the very end of the file and paste your code right there. Once it's pasted, hit Ctrl+O to write the changes, press enter to save the file, and then hit Ctrl+X to exit the Nano editor. To test this out, you must close and reopen your terminal so it loads the new settings. Instead of typing out that long, annoying command, we can simply type compress PDF followed by the name of the file we want to compress. See how easily we did that? Compressing PDFs on our system is now easier than ever before. We just typed compress PDF and our PDF name, and it turned our 1.2 megabyte file into just 600 kilobytes. In a similar way, you can create a shortcut for your system update commands, especially if you don't want to manually type out that long string every single time. Just open the .bash rc file and add an alias for the update like this. Type alias, then your shortcut name, and then inside the quotation marks, type your full update script. Save the file, and you are good to go. That brings us to the end of the video.